Email marketing or social
Mhm.
media?
Go. Um,
Which
do
one?
we have, we'll go for another 2 hours. And no, I'm just kidding. No, so I think both are important for their own purpose. If I was literally going to put my attention into only one or the other, I would say email marketing. And the reason is because that is what you have control over. We all know, I'm sure, that social media is changing all the time. And I don't know, I wasn't very surprised by the recent news of
Yeah.
Facebook having all of this information on us. I wasn't shocked by that because I kind of assumed that. But they do, and they have full control over any content that you put on there. So they have algorithms in place to show your content to certain people and hide it from others. And they have, like, it's not meant to be an evil source of content, but it is controlled by someone or some entity that has other motives than yours. So you want to share great content. You want people to see your content and learn from you and get messages that you're putting out and maybe inspire people and share what you offer and things like that. That's not Facebook's motive. That's not Instagram's motive. Their motive is really to generate a profit from advertising and to have multiple people signing up for their accounts. They have other motives than yours. So it's not always the best platform to get your message out. It is super helpful in getting reach in terms of expanding your voice into realms and areas that maybe you wouldn't have had like many years ago. It's very powerful for that. And I've even experienced the power of social media for connecting people. And I've met wonderful people and built friendships off of Instagram, people all over the world, where if I go visit another country, I know someone there that I could meet up with for coffee. That's incredible. But in terms of like actually expanding your message and getting your message out into the world and your services out into the world, it's not always the best. It can help and support that, and it can help support your email list.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of control, like when you are asking someone to let you into their inbox and they're giving you that information, that's a privilege, and that's something that is very intimate and it's important, and we're all bombarded. And so the fact that they're allowing you into them, that means they're really invested in you. They're invested in what you have to say, and they want to be there showing up for you. That is, one email address is so much more powerful than hundreds of followers on any social media platform, just because of that exchange. So that's why I think that's most important. And the moment you can start building that community online via an email list, and you don't have to commit to sending out newsletters every week. You don't have to commit to anything right from the get-go, but to have a community of people who are invested in you enough to say, yeah, here's my email address, that is so much more powerful. And those are the people that you want to be having in your tribe versus thousands of social media followers. Even if your email list is 5 people, because everyone starts somewhere, and it doesn't have to be hundreds or thousands of people. You can have a community that is very effective and helps you to be able to share your services with, even if it's just 5 people. I would way prefer that over metrics of social media.
Yeah. And what role then does your website play in email marketing?
I think that's really where you can start to captivate and engage people. And these days, as we do move through social media and we do get lots more email in our inboxes than we did back in the day, it becomes more and more of a privilege to get those email addresses. So don't be discouraged if you've got email signups on your on your website and it's not collecting hundreds of people a day. Like, that's not its purpose. That's not its intent. So definitely having your email signups throughout your website and on the pages where it can lead people in. So for example, on your homepage, like pop-ups and welcome mats, like those can be effective in certain circumstances, but with something so personal as yoga, generally people want to understand a little bit more about who you are and what you do and why they want to hear from you specifically before they exchange that information. So even having like a sign up even in your footer, or maybe you have your about page and then just halfway through your page, you've got a sign up that's like, okay, they've learned a little bit more about me at this point, and that's a little bit more invested. If you have blog posts and you do go that route, having it on there. And if you are going to go kind of the direction of giving something in exchange for an email address. So I know there's lots of really effective ways to do that. Maybe you offer a a brief meditation recording in exchange. So sign up for the email list and you'll be sent a recording for a meditation or a PDF guide of a yoga practice. Or if you're going to exchange something, the only thing I say is be really strategic about the kind of people. Like at that point, I think you need to have a lot of clarity and foundation built into your brand and know exactly who you want to be working with and know who you are as a teacher and what your voice is. If you have that kind of clarity, then it becomes a lot easier to be strategic about what you want to give away, because there is a lot of strategy, I think, that goes into that. So I'm actually even just a big fan of just an email newsletter sign up. If you're just getting started and you're sort of figuring all this out, just have a sign up on there, and the people who are interested will sign up, and the people who aren't, that's fine. And same with social media. Have your social media profiles guide back to your email list. Like always use that as like a funnel almost to get people sifted into your list.